Well, this is not going well. I've fallen off the wagon again and had yet another challenging week again. So what are we going to do about it? Well, those of you that have been following my videos will realise these not going well ones are becoming a bit of a theme. So how did I do this week? Well, it's week 41 and I maintained. Again. Not surprising. Well, it actually is, considering how the last few weeks have gone. I just can't seem to get out of my rut. So what's going wrong? I'll be honest, I don't know. I've been at it now for 9 months. You'd have thought I'd be good at it, or at least consistent. But, you know, I'm happy with my progress. You know, I started at 19 stone 5, and I'm now 14 stone 9, so that's 4 stone 9 pound lost. 65 pound, 30 kilos. That's pretty damn good, and to be honest, the time it's taken hasn't been that bad, you know, because I'm all about not promoting rapid weight loss because it doesn't really work. And I say it's pretty good considering in this time I've had 2 foreign holidays, 3 trips on the boat and plenty of nights out. Maybe it's just a change of season and I'm eating more for comfort, or diet fatigue. I believe it's a thing. And, you know, I've got to be careful not to throw away what I've gained, you know, what I've lost. Because I am proud of myself and I'm feeling good, I'm feeling better, but I know I've still got that little bit further to go. Or maybe it's just not being committed to my plan. As you know, I'm not about promoting any specific plan, but I am about making your own plan. I've been a bit remiss really with the videos. I've been focusing on shorts, but I do have a plan, and I keep saying I'm going to put up a playlist just on my plan and how I've arrived at it and why I've decided to pursue a certain direction. Hopefully by the time this gets published there will be a couple in that playlist, but I've still got to work, I've still got to cook, I've still got to live, so I'm a long way off being a full-time YouTuber, so forgive me if it's not up, but there should be something in there by the time this video comes out. So what now? I've got to re-engage, I've got to celebrate my wins, there's been plenty of them. I've got to remind myself about how I focus, and the main way I focus is daily posts on YouTube, Insta, Facebook of my meals. That's how I started this. I cooked meals I was proud of and I boasted about, but boast is the wrong word. So I set myself a goal of, if it looks good, the nutrients are right, it's balanced, the calorie count's right, and I feel good posting it on the internet, it means that it's probably what I should be eating. If I didn't feel I could tell anyone, I probably shouldn't be eating it, and that kept me focused for a long time. And that daily posting, especially on YouTube, is what I think keeps me accountable. I know there's not many of you, and you probably don't give a hoot whether I get fat again or not, but that's what works for me. For you it may be something else. So these crashes, these peaks and troughs, says more about me. So what have I learnt about me? Well, I've learned that I can never take my eye off the ball. I am a problem eater, a binge eater. Everything I've done wrong in the last week has involved, oh God, that looks good, oh God, that makes me feel good. And at the time it does. So I'm always in danger of relapsing. Fine, I know that, so I need to take steps to stop that happening, or at least accept the fact that it does happen. And I think I've learnt that I'm always going to need to track. We've mentioned before that I've done this before, I've succeeded before, I've failed before. But that's me, not you. You may be one of these people that once you've shifted it, it'll stay off and you'll get more active or whatever else, and you may never relapse again. But I think most of us that have lost weight once have put it back on more than once. Hopefully I'm going to get to a point where it doesn't have to be hardcore, but I think I'm always going to have to monitor. With constant tweaks, this is why plans don't work. A plan is usually sold to you for starters, and it's usually about sticking to the same methodology all the way through. Your nutrition, your health isn't a constant set of rules. It's always going to change. I've stayed fairly close to my original plan, but I'm getting to a point now where it's either not satisfying me, it's not exciting me, that I may have to tweak it. I think first of all I've got to get back onto it, but that's another story. Hopefully we'll be saying next week how much better that is. For you, you may find a short plan with regular resets works. That's not me. I think I've got to stay focused on this is what's working, this is what's not working, and constantly monitoring that. As you might guess, as well as making a little bit of YouTube, I watch a fair bit of it as well. including advice from companies on how to create videos and grow your channel. Yeah, I'm probably not listing enough there. You know, I'm a big fan of one called vidIQ. And one bit of advice that comes out of that is to keep turning up, because YouTube growth is a very slow process. You know, it's taken me 9 months and I think I hit 210 subscribers today. Made up, but you know, that's 9 months. It's a long way off hitting the magic 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, but what the hell. But that piece of advice, keep turning up, is relevant with dieting as well, or weight loss, or tracking, or whatever you want to call it. You've got to keep turning up. Simple, isn't it? You know, you've got to keep doing it. Your results are going to be on a daily basis, almost unnoticeable, which is why it's a good idea to take pictures. I wish I'd taken more pictures during this journey, but I haven't. I think it's time for the 𝐿𝐿 t-shirt to come out again. But like a lot of you, I'm guessing you haven't got many pictures of when you were big, because I hid behind the camera at that point. So let's do this week's numbers. My TDEE is 2150 a day, meaning an average of 1650 to support healthy weight loss, which should still transcribe to £2 a week if you're hitting a deficit of 500. On a good week I do hit a daily deficit of 500. I quite often hit more. But this week my deficit wasn't a deficit. I was 1,844 over the TDEE. Normally I'd be aiming for at least 3,500 below that, which would give me a daily average of somewhere in the region of, should be on about 1,600 a day. 16, 17-ish. So my daily average this week has been 2,413. During my best weeks, I've been averaging 1,400. I think across the entire time I've been doing this, my average hasn't exceeded 1,500 a day. Some might say that's a bit low, but as you know, what my plan is all about targeting 1,200, so you leave yourself a bit of leeway. Works for me, might not work for you. You can break that down as 300 for breakfast, 300 for lunch, 600 for dinner, a few snacks in the middle. I'm a 6 foot overweight guy. If I can live on 1,200 a day, I'm pretty sure if you're 5'6", female, you can easily do 1,200. But I'm not telling you to do 1,200. I'm just telling you to target, well, I'm not even telling you, I'm advising you target it. But I do advise you get a TDEE calculator, loads of them online. That's a coefficient of your basal metabolic rate, plus allowing a certain factor for exercise, activity, whatever. For a 6 foot middle-aged fat guy, it's 2,100-ish, well, 2,150 I think. A friend of mine at work, she's not particularly overweight. She's about 5'7", her TDE is about 1,800. So it's not a massive difference between male and female, but unfortunately there is one. So I've skipped the influencer of the week because I've not been feeling very influenced lately. But I've decided to do one this week, and it's back to that theme of keep turning up. You know, no matter how far you've got to go, no matter how much left you've got to do in video creation, keep turning up. I get slightly more hits on each video, I get slightly more hits on each short. TikTok, I can never predict that one. And as I said, it goes the same for weight loss. Now, I've been watching a lady out there on TikTok, her name's 𝐿𝐿. Now, she's quite inspirational, she's down to earth. I don't think she's in this to be a creator, she's just documenting her journey. And she keeps turning up, even when she has bad days. And I think we can all take something from that if you want this to work, you've got to keep turning up. I think I've laboured that point. Is anyone definitely going to turn up? Hopefully you'll turn up for next week's video, but I'm going to leave you with a clip from 𝐿𝐿, and let's hope she keeps turning up as well. Thanks for watching. Keep saying happy with that. I'm happy with that for making the video. I'm not happy with that for how it's going. And next week, I think I'll be reporting again. God knows what it'll be like. But if you want to know, tune in. And I'll leave you with 𝐿𝐿. I'd love it if people would subscribe to my channel, or hit like, or even better, put a comment below, a suggestion, a question. I'm at that lowly point where everyone's going to get an answer. So, see you next week, and keep on turning up.
One last one and then I'm going to go in. I am hungry. So I've come out the gym and I've drunk, well, most of this. I double scooped it. 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄 Clear Whey. Anyone that says it tastes just like juice, it doesn't. It's got this texture, I don't know. Anyway, it's better than a lot of proteins. And I've got, what, a little bit left. Just not much, but enough to put me off. And I haven't eaten enough, and I trained basically on an empty stomach, like I always do, just because you don't always get time to eat. There was an open day at Anytime, sorry it's shaking so much, Anytime Fitness Letchworth, and I helped myself to the pre-workouts, so I'm still a little bit buzzing, so I could probably go in, do the shopping and come out and have something to eat.